Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tyler, I'm an astrologer, and here I'm showing you the birth chart by Mastering the Zodiac of a very famous and iconic celebrity, and this famous and iconic celebrity is Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, who's a native to San Francisco, November 27, 1940 at 7:12 a.m. 7:12 a.m. Was his birth time. And here I'm showing his moon and sun. Now, his sun, according to this, now one might wonder where the Nakshatras are in the Mastering the Zodiac chart, which shows the real natural sky, which is what this is. And it shows the real natural sky. So according to Nakshatras, I'll show you it right here. So his sun, he's born pretty well just after sunrise, he was born. And that's in the constellation of Scorpio. So he's actually a real Scorpio sun. But if we were to go by Nakshatras and Nakshatra Padas, this location of the sun is actually the fourth quarter or fourth pada of Vishakha Nakshatra, the Nakshatra of Vishakha. And here it is right here, which I'll show you. This is the chart that I did up with the locations of the Nakshatras. So Vishakha is number 16 Nakshatra, and here it is there. Dinus is the Greek name. And the fourth quarter is right there. That's where Bruce Lee's sun is. This is actually the chart of Kim Kardashian's, which I did as an example, and or drew out the nakshatras through this chart, the chart of from Mastering the Zodiac. So that location, which is almost in the center of Scorpio, is actually the fourth quarter of Vishakha Nakshatra. So I want to show you. First, I want to show the proof of where. So here's this is another site that shows its astro charts. So Bruce Lee, November 27, 1940 at 7:12 a.m. San Francisco. Now, I want to show you something very interesting about the 7:12 a.m. I want to show you this, which I Googled. Now, when was sunrise on that day in San Francisco? So in San Francisco, here it is. Sunrise on November the 27, 1940 in San Francisco, California, USA time, 7:03 a.m. So he was born, so Bruce Lee, as we see, was born at 7:12 a.m. So he's actually 9 minutes after sunrise. He's well into the sunrise hours. So basically the sun was in power at that time more than the moon is. I believe, and a lot of astrologers believe, so when the sun is in power, when it's sunlight, that's where your sun sign is probably going to be the one you are, or the strongest sign of yours, more so than your moon. But that was pretty close to sunrise of where he was born. But so basically he's born at 7:12 a.m. So his sun sign or his sun nakshatra is going to be the one that he is. And wait till I read off to you the description. It's amazing how it describes him to a T. And he was an incredibly powerful and influential person, human being, and everything he did too. Just amazing. He moved so many people. And here is, I want to show you the second, I could show you this first. The fourth pada of the Vishakha Nakshatra is actually the sign of Cancer. If we were to go by Nakshatra Padas instead of the constellations, Bruce Lee's sign would actually be Cancer. So it's in the constellation of Scorpio according to the natural sky. But again, if we were to go by Nakshatra Padas, this one would be it. And as you can see here, Cancer is the fourth sign of the zodiac. It is a water sign and is ruled by the moon. The moon is believed to be the most powerful of the planetary objects, according to the ancients. And its symbol is the crab. People born here are generally friendly and they're nurturing. They care deeply about those close to them. They are invested in having a good home life. Cancers are very protective. They're very protective and they can lash out at those seen as a threat to their domestic peace. So if that doesn't describe Bruce Lee and how he was like in his movies, I don't think anything would. So they follow their emotions in most matters, making them naturally responsive to the feeling tone of individuals, groups, and society as a whole. Cancer loves big ideas and can embark on large projects with great excitement. Go figure. Yeah, that says a lot. When they become fixated, however, their viewpoint can narrow to the point of ineffectiveness. So there is some shadow side, like with all the other signs. Their ability to feel deeply can make them quite contemplative and considerate, but they may draw inward too much. Surely defensiveness can assert itself. When confident, cancers easily influence and lead others. They easily influence and lead others because they're that powerful. This is because their natural affinity for sensing a situation's emotion gives them an edge in their dealings with others. They can become rather devoted to anything into which they invest their emotions. They will then stick with it until they become completely disillusioned and turn their investment elsewhere. When cancers open themselves up to receiving the energy of spiritual truth, their compassion bent can be used to the great advantage of everyone. Isn't that amazing? And Jade Luna, by the way, Jade Sol Luna, he's the author of the book Asterian Astrology, The Lost System of Alexander the Great, Volume 1. He even mentioned in one of his past interviews on YouTube, he mentioned how the sign of Cancer was really worshipped by the ancients, and it was believed to be the most powerful of all the signs of the zodiac. And that was believed by the ancients, the Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Hindus, and so on. And so I'll leave that link for you for that YouTube interview where he mentions about the sign of Cancer being the most powerful of all of them. And if Bruce Lee's primary sign, if Bruce Lee's primary sign was Cancer, this would probably sure make a lot of sense. And so now I will show you, I'll read off the description, so again, the sign of Cancer is the fourth quarter of Vishakha Nakshatra. And I'll read off to you the description of Vishakha, which is number 16. Now, the Greek name is Dinus. The Greek name is Dinus. Dinus is the Greek name for Vishakha Nakshatra. So, Vishakha indicates a person who is purposeful, goal-oriented, ambitious, competitive, opinionated, forceful, and determined. They are persistent and patient, and they are also quick-witted and intelligent. Definitely Bruce Lee in his martial arts skills. They are pleasant and popular, and they are good communicators, but they can also be abrasive. That's abrasive. They can also be abrasive. They usually only achieve success later in life, although it's not the case for all of them. And some shadow side of them is they could be jealous and envious of others. So now I want to show you the definition of, it says they could be abrasive. So check out the definition of abrasive, of a person or manner. Someone who's abrasive, they show little concern for the feelings of others and could be harsh. Now that says a lot. When Bruce Lee is beating up his opponents, that pretty well shows it there. Okay, and one more I wanted to show you this is Vishakha. This is the website, The Real Secrets of Vedic Astrology is this site here. And this is the one on Vishakha Nakshatra. And I'll show you what it says about those born in the fourth quarter, which is the sign of Cancer. the description here says a lot too. Okay, so it says when the moon is at, but I believe it could be whether the moon or the sun, but because his sun was in power at the time he was born, so basically it's the sun. So the sun description could be the same as the moon, I believe. So those born in the fourth pada or quarter of Vishakha Nakshatra. So one could be angry. There's a good. People could have a virtuous anger, which definitely would have been him. So one could be angry, roguish. Sometimes they could have. It's not always the case for unattractive, but it depends on what people look at as attractive or not. But this one says a lot too. Brave, and truthful. So angry, roguish says a lot too about Bruce Lee as well, for sure. Guys, I can't thank you enough for watching. And this was another show. This was another video of mine on Nakshatras of Celebrities. Bruce Lee. So Bruce Lee is Vishakha Nakshatra primarily, according to Mastering the Zodiac and the Natural Sky. Thanks so much for watching, guys. All the best, and God bless. Oh, and by the way, today is Wednesday, November the 27th, 2019. And today is Bruce Lee's birthday. And it's ironic, too, that he was also born on a Wednesday, too. So it is pretty special. And my great thanks again, guys, for watching. All the best. God bless.